Have you ever laid in bed staring at the ceiling with thoughts spiraling through your mind like a never-ending storm, leaving you anxious, exhausted, and unable to rest, wondering why you can't just shut your brain off for even a moment? If so, you're not alone. Because in today's hyper-connected, overstimulated world, many of us are trapped in our own minds, chained by regrets from the past and fears about the future, stuck in a cycle of overthinking that robs us of peace. The first and most transformative step toward regaining control of your thoughts is learning to observe them without judgment. Because the moment we start labeling our thoughts as good or bad, right or wrong, we unknowingly give them power over us and allow them to pull us deeper into mental confusion. End of compute. Try this. Sit still for just 5 minutes each day, and rather than trying to control or stop your thoughts, allow them to pass like leaves floating on a river. And when a judgment arises, such as this is a bad thought, notice that judgment too and let it go. With the same gentle awareness, with consistency, this small practice begins to rewire how you relate to your mind. Because instead of being pulled by every emotion or story your brain throws at you, you begin to watch it all with calm presence, and through that space, you rediscover your personal power. Detach from the ego. If you want true control over your mind, you must learn to detach from the ego, which thrives not only on over-identifying with your thoughts, but also on weaving stories about who you think you are. Stories that trap you in cycles of fear, self-criticism, and endless comparison. The ego is sneaky. It tells you, I am my success, I am my failure, I am always anxious, or I am better than them, and whether it flatters or insults, the result is the same. You end up believing your passing thoughts define your truth. But the deeper wisdom, taught by Zen masters like Shi Heng Yi, reveals that you are not your thoughts, your fears, or your achievements. You are the still, silent awareness beneath all of them. Make yourself in the now is to the 5 senses exercise. When your mind begins to spiral, pause and ask yourself, what are 5 things I can see, 4 things I can touch, 3 things I can hear, 2 things I can smell, and 1 thing I can taste. This simple grounding technique snaps your awareness back from the racing highways of your thoughts and reconnects it with reality, which is always more peaceful than the imagined future or haunted past. Simplify your mental space. Overthinking often feels like being in a room filled with clutter. Too many thoughts, too many voices, too much input, and no space to breathe, reflect, or feel clear. And in today's world of constant distraction, this is more common than ever. But simplicity, according to Shi Heng Yi teachings, is not about doing less. It's about carrying less and letting go of what does not serve you so that what truly matters can rise to the surface. So here's your action step. Every day, choose one unnecessary thought or worry and consciously release it by saying, I do not need to carry this anymore, and let that thought go, not by fighting it, but by surrendering it. It could be an old argument, a fear about something outside your control, or even a self-doubt that's been replaying for years. But as you let go, piece by piece, you make space for stillness, focus, and clarity. When your mental space becomes clean and quiet, you begin to see life more clearly, hear your intuition more loudly, and act with far more wisdom and purpose. The awakening. The truth is, controlling your thoughts isn't about force. It's about understanding, observing, and choosing how to respond with wisdom, rather than reacting in fear, habit, or resistance. Through mindfulness, ego detachment, presence, compassion, and simplicity, you begin to rewire your relationship with your mind And when you do that, you don't just survive, you awaken. You awaken to the power you've always had, to the peace that's always been available, and to the truth that you are not your thoughts. You are the one who sees them. So today I invite you to choose just one practice, just one lesson, and begin. Whether it's observing your thoughts without judgment, repeating the mantra, "This is not me," drinking your tea with full presence, speaking kindly to yourself, or releasing one burden, you can start right now. Don't wait for a perfect moment, because the perfect moment is this one. If this message resonated with you, help spread this light by liking, sharing, and subscribing to Wisdom Awakens, because together we can remind the world that peace is possible, clarity is within reach, and every mind, yes, even yours, can be set free. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing peace. And remember, you are not lost. You are awakening